Hey everyone, and thanks for tuning in to Dari Reviews. Today I'm going to be going over my portable gaming setup, whether you have access to Wi-Fi or not. And this includes the Xbox, PC, and Nintendo Switch consoles. So I have a lot out here, but let's break it down one thing at a time. First, we're going to look at the portable options for Xbox and PC gaming. PC is kind of self-explanatory. You got a laptop, you got a controller, but I do want to tell you guys about this right here. This is the Tomtoc Xbox controller cover. I do like it a lot, mostly because it saves space. You guys are like me, overpacking on every trip, whether it's one day or a week. You are definitely squeezed for space. This is the smallest Xbox controller case I have been able to find. And it does really well. I mean, it doesn't move around at all in the case. There's no real shake, and it's nice and hard. So you don't have to worry about your buttons or joysticks getting messed up. And it does only work with the newer Xbox controller. If you're an old fellow like me, you have the older controller that does not have this button. That's a screenshot, record, share button, something like that. But if you're wondering if this case still would fit with the old controller, it's a hard no. So you do need to get that new controller. I think it's 60 or 70 bucks on Amazon. Fits it like a glove. And so I am using my Xbox controller primarily with the PC. Everybody probably knows about this one at this point, but primarily my iPad. This is an iPad 6 mini. I am a sucker for the USB, so I need to upgrade my phone. That's the last thing to upgrade. But this iPad 6 mini is able to handle remote gaming and xCloud gaming, which is great depending on the game that I want to play. If I want to play better performance, then I am going to play on xCloud gaming. I think you get better performance there than you do remote play most of the time if the game is available on xCloud. But there are both options there. I think for xCloud, you just have to access it through Safari rather than an app, because they only have remote play on the app. But this is my favorite case on my iPad 6 mini. I think they make it for all models. This is the Zagu case, and I got it for 40 bucks at the time. I think it was on sale, but it's fantastic. These are all little magnet slots, so it sticks into your stand really well. All these different options there. You can put it all the way at the back for a completely slanted look, or you can bring it all the way up. And it's also great, some planes, depending on what's outfitted, you might be able to slip this in the back and game or watch movies from the top of the seat in front of you, if that's an option. And this entire side is really magnetic, and so is this side. So you're also able to stick this to anything like a fridge or any metal appliance, metal surface. You can stick it completely back to the back of a fridge or something like that, and it won't move at all. It's my favorite iPad case, and I've gone through a lot. The Zagu case, I'll link that below. And then I've got the Flex Flap. This is the small size. It works, I have an iPad 6 mini, and so it will hold up that iPad 6 mini. It will also hold up my Nintendo Switch if I want to put that into the some kind of slot or something above the tray table in the back seat and hold the screen up while I hold the controller in my hand. And so highly recommend this, and it takes up no space in your bag. That's really it for the Xbox remote gaming. The only other thing I'll mention, which I have in previous videos, is the MobaPad gamepads, or alternatively regular Joy-Cons. Either of these can work with an iPad and sync up very well. And you'll just have to be mindful of your different buttons here, because the A button will carry over as A and X will carry over as X, and those buttons are swapped compared to a normal Xbox controller. But you could use macros and the button mapping on the app to remap these to the Xbox orientation. But they do work well on the iPad. If you try to connect them to a PC, you will have to download a third-party app. There's one I use, I've tried it out, called Rewast, that's worked pretty well. It's REWASD. I think it was free, and there are preset configurations to map your controllers like an Xbox. But for the PC, it is pretty tricky to do it with default settings. I'm not sure if you could do it. And then, of course, you guys have seen this on my previous videos. This is my preferred grip for these controllers. And I'd say most of the time, my travel setup is my Nintendo Switch in this case, and I've got my HDMI port, portable HDMI port there, and my HDMI cable, and then I'm putting the grip in there as well, so it's not taking up any more space beyond what the case already takes up. And I'm using this to game on my iPad, my Nintendo Switch, or my PC. However, in a scenario where I'm going to be gaming entirely on Wi-Fi, I know I'm gonna have Wi-Fi pretty much anywhere I go, and I'm not really gonna wanna bring the Nintendo Switch, I will throw all of this out, and I'm only gonna bring a controller and this stuff, which travels with me all the time anyway. This is nice because this is the most space-saving option for me, rather than bringing the Nintendo Switch and all of its accessories. And for those of you who like bringing your regular old school Joy-Cons, this case, I'm a huge fan of. It's really cheap on Amazon, maybe 10, 12 bucks. And it's another extreme space saver. I forget what company makes it. I'll link it below. But I am all about saving space while keeping your products safe. And it is similar to that TomTalk Xbox controller case. The only thing I hate about it is the lanyards. You can kind of crimp them up and put them in there and align it kind of just right. But I hate how it doesn't really have designed space for the lanyards, because I don't really like them hanging around in my bag and snagging on other stuff. But that's just me. But a very space-saving option for taking your stock Joy-Cons with you. Say you got a friend on the plane or wants to play Mario Kart or Smash, you can bring these along and it doesn't have much impact on your bag space. And then, of course, for all of this, whether it's iPad or Nintendo Switch, you're gonna want a good power bank. You never know where you'll be, somewhere without outlets, maybe on a plane that doesn't have outlets or something like that. And you're gonna need to charge your stuff. This is the battery I'm on right now. This is a relatively older model Anker, but I love it so much just because it has a functioning USB-C port, USB-A port, and MagSafe wireless charging. The MagSafe does 7.5 watts, and I believe the USB-C does 20 watts maximum output, which is enough to charge your iPad pretty fast, if not the fastest it'll charge. And your Nintendo Switch, I don't have the Joy-Cons on there right now, but it'll charge your Nintendo Switch pretty fast. I believe the stock charging wattage for a Nintendo Switch is 45 watts, although I never really see it hit 45 watts. Typically it's running in the 20 to 30 watt range when it's charging at its highest capacity. And so a battery like this should be able to keep your Nintendo Switch running for at least another full charge, depending on the efficiency of what battery you're using. But I really like the Anker brand. I've come to find them the most reliable in the power bank space, although that's not saying much. Now let's pretend like we want to take every single thing with us and let's pack it and see how it goes. So first, we are packing the Nintendo Switch with the MobaPad 6S gaming pads. We have the HDMI cable and the Nintendo Switch portable HDMI port here, and we are going to stick this charging grip, USB-C charging grip in there, and it's not going to be perfect, but it is going to be pretty flush with the top. And then we're going to put our Nintendo Switch on there, and you can see there's not really any pivot. It's resting where it's supposed to there. We've got that all squared away. In my tech pouch here, which I have done a previous video on, we have a Ugreen 100 watt charger and a small Anker 30 watt charger that can pretty much do everything except my laptop, some different USB-C and iPhone cables, Basius 100-watt retractable cable, love this thing. And then we are going to throw our Anker power bank in there, and we are going to put our Nintendo Switch stock Joy-Cons in here. And you can see it's kind of annoying what I'm talking about with the Joy-Cons lanyards muddying everything up. But it does fit in there pretty decently. It's not the prettiest thing. Again, this is worst case scenario. I want to play every game with everybody that I can. But it does fit in there, and there's actually a lot of room to spare here on the end. I probably could have packed it more evenly. And so that's my tech pouch. Now let's throw everything in my Tumi navigation backpack. I had to zoom out here just a little bit, but laptop goes first. Biggest thing, I do no sleeve. It is pretty protected in this Tumi laptop sleeve. We are going to put my iPad Mini 6 in the tablet sleeve. We're also going to throw the flex flap, small flex flap in there. And that does it for the laptop pouch. In the main compartment, we are going to throw our MobaPad case with Nintendo Switch and MobaPad 6S Joy-Cons in there. And we are going to put our tech pouch right there, and then Xbox controller right there. And I've got a glasses case right here, maybe for good size reference there. And that's it. I still have room, and let's expand this backpack so I can show you guys the real capabilities of my favorite everyday carry backpack right now. And I can reshuffle this thing, and I've still got tons of room. I can put my Craftsman fan in there. I can throw my Craftsman fan battery in there. Heck, I could even throw another Xbox controller in there if I wanted to, just to show you guys, but I won't because that's ugly. And so you can see I still have room for a toiletry bag, maybe a change of clothes, something like that. Lots of room left in the bag. And I can play Xbox, Remote Play, xCloud, PC games, Nintendo Switch, portable or console, pretty much anywhere, as long as I have a Wi-Fi connection. And if I don't, then I'm playing Nintendo Switch, and pretty comfortable at that with the MobaPad 6S gaming pad, and then that flex flap to really put that little screen up anywhere I want. But that's how I game on the road, guys. I appreciate everybody watching. If you're interested in any of these products, I'll have links below to all of them. I'll have plenty more videos on gaming, travel, tech, and different hobbies I have coming soon. So subscribe if you guys are interested. Thanks.